It's a Halloween broadcast of the NBA. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors go up against Zach Randolph and the Memphis Grizzlies this Thursday, 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
There's the pass to Crowder. Lets the three fly. A second chance effort. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. It's going to be on Udonis Haslem. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Fifth, Ray Allen.
And that's what you like to see from the foul line. Guys that are comfortable, confident, and consistent. Free throws are a big part of the game, and this guy was one of the best in the league.
The first one falls.
Certainly was not the year the Mavs expected or had in mind last season. After retooling and expecting a playoff appearance, they ended up out of the playoffs and looking for answers.
And so Wright nails both of them. And back to the Mavs, 24-17 at home, which is a solid record, but you have to be better than solid, I think, Steve, to get into the playoffs in the Western Conference.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Kevin. And you think about the Mavs' shortcomings last year. I mean, Dirk being hurt early, so they didn't mesh well. And then when he did come back, there probably was too much ground to make up. So hopefully Dallas can have a full season of health for Dirk and the rest of the roster.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Britt. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, LeBron James, a career 33% shooter from long range, had never shot over 36% from long range until last year, when he shot over 40% from deep. He said over the summer working out, he'd punish himself for missed threes by running wind sprints. And with the Heat, he challenged Ray Allen to three-point contest, with the loser doing push-ups. James said he lost more than he won, but as much as he hates to lose, that competition drove him to improve. Kevin?
You know, you hear it all the time, Doris, lead by example. He's a hard act to follow with his work ethic.
And look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. First in shooting percentage, second in three-point field goal percentage, and they were ranked third in the league in steals. This is a team that does a nice job gambling and covering up for each other. That's why they're able to come up with those steals.
And, Clark, the key number that you just talked about to me is field goal percentage. I mean, when you're the best in the league shooting the basketball, it's a clear sign that you have an unselfish team and a clear plan of attack. That club, very impressive with their offensive efficiency.
Marion dishes to Blair. Shot from 12, and it's blocked by Bosch. Allen kicks to Douglas. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And the shot is good. Bosch has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, you know, with LeBron James as the main post threat on Miami, the outside shooting touch of Chris Bosh fits perfectly to help them space the floor, and he continues to expand his range.
Blair backing down. Unloads. Rejected by Beasley. Kicks to Allen. The feed to Douglas. Back to Allen. Passes to Bosch. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. We talk about Bosch in his shooting range. He's trying to develop a reliable three-point shot as well.
Well, it's happened. In the playoffs last year, he shot a lot of threes. It's kind of a function of the Miami offense, trying to provide floor spacing for LeBron and Wade. But in some ways, it takes Bosch away from what's made him good, too, the slashing and the ability to score around the basket.
Harris kicks to Nowitzki. And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Heat with some changes. LeBron, he's checked in for Allen. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Tony Douglas. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Marion passes to Blair. Working on James. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Hey, there was no question about it. Everybody knew DeJuan Blair had talent when he came into the NBA, but people were scared off because he had no ACLs in his knees. A valid reason if you look at it from that standpoint, but he continues to prove the detractors wrong by still being in the league.
That free throw, no good. And for DeJuan Blair, it started to become difficult for him to carve out minutes with all the front court talent the Spurs had.
Yeah, now on a new team, getting a better opportunity. And you know his rebounding ability will always been there. That's something that translated directly from his days at Pittsburgh. But can his health stand up? Can his knees hold up? If they do, he's a very valuable player.
The Heat have magnificent talent, but even coming off an NBA title, they had never put their name into the conversation of the great team until last spring when they went on that amazing 27-game winning streak.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And a moment to check out Miami and who they've got coming up. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. The Heat trail by 6. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, LeBron is far enough along now in his career where you can start to project some of his career stats, and they're staggering. I mean, he could end up the first player ever to end up with 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. I mean, that's remarkable.
First free throw is good. And when you talk about LeBron's ability to pile up stats, whether it's scoring or rebounding or passing, Clark, he can do it all.
He really can. He's dominant in every facet of the game, and you love his durability and his stamina. He is a stat sheet stuffer supreme, and that's the highest level of stat sheet stuffing you can have, and he's at the pinnacle of the peak.
Well said.
This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out for the fans' input.
And here's Ellis for 3. That is good. Ellis has got 10 points in the game.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Bosch, a screen on Marion. LeBron, good. And back to the Mavs, definitely a big move by them to reach out like that. Nothing like bringing crowdsourcing to the NBA and building a bridge, Steve, with your fan base.
Kevin, I had a chance to see some of the designs of the uniforms that were being suggested. Some pretty sharp-looking duds, but there were some other ones that were absolutely hideous. So let's hope the decision-makers in the Mavs organization pick some of the let's say the more clean-looking new uniform suggestions. Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Miami with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Bosch dishes to LeBron. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Ellis outside. Back to Calderon. On the wing, Ellis. 4 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. The shot is off. Wade with the defensive effort. It's LeBron with the drive. Pass to Bosch. Takes it from 10. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon. Dallas leading by 8. Back to Marion. He feeds it to Calderon. Dallas moving it around. Marion kicks to Calderon. There's the triple. No good. Nice D from Chalmers.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at it.
Well, true. The defenders shouldn't relax just because he missed that one. He's capable of getting hot in a hurry.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Chalmers has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Ellis, the pass to Nowitzki. Nowitzki left side. Poked away and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. You take a look at Calderon. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
But what a year he had last year shooting the ball from long range. He was just in rhythm all season.
LeBron against Marion. LeBron dishes to Wade. It's stolen by Calderon. Marion kicks to Calderon. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Calderon's got his first points in this one. The Heat trail by 7. Wade kicks to LeBron. LeBron gets the screen from Bosch. And Nowitzki with the block.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important. And that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Marion passes to Calderon. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Nowitzki. Shoots it up. No good. Now the Heat take it the other way. And stolen by Blair. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, as you know, the Miami Heat try to keep the plays they run as simple as they can and rely on their talent and teamwork to win them games. But playing like that can present its own kind of problems. Coach Spoelstra said, quote, "The challenge is not getting bored with simplicity. Simple is what works, though, as evidenced by their back-to-back titles, guys."
Well, Doris, sometimes it makes sense to keep it simple. Thanks. And the Heat making a change here. Battier's checked in.
And now a look at Dwayne Wade here. Coming off an excellent season last year, 6th in steals, 8th in scoring, and he was also a top 20 shooter from the field. So really a nice all-around offensive year for him.
And Steve, I don't think you can overstate his steal numbers. I mean, they're way up there, and it's a credit to his concentration and his quickness and his aggressiveness.
Here's Calderon. Marion outside. He dishes it to Dallenberg. Kicks it out to Ellis. 3 on the clock. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference had a better than 500 record against the West, and no surprise the Heat were one of those 3, and they were dominant against Western Conference opponents all year long.
The Mavericks have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
And Ellis drops them both. Mark, adding on to what you were saying about the Heat versus the West, they ended up 25-5, which is incredible, Steve, given how many tough teams that are in the Western Conference.
It's amazing, Kevin. They had a better record against the West than they did against the East in terms of their winning percentage. So I think that speaks to just how motivated Miami was when they went out on the road to the West in particular to really show everybody how good they were.
For Miami, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
And he knocks down the first one.
Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that the defenses will back off you. And that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
Chris Bosh is checked in for the Heat. Both free throws good from Wade. And Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And Kevin, he led all shooting guards in player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
Dallas making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Bosh sets the pick for LeBron. An easy layup after coming off the pick. LeBron's got 16.
Right there, we saw Bosh opened up space for the shooter. Well done.
D'Alembert with a screen on Wade. Ellis, that's good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
LeBron kicks to Wade. Bosh, a screen on Ellis. And it's Wade penetrating. Chalmers' shot is no good. Mavericks leading by 7. Ellis dishes to Calderon. Back to Ellis. The tray. The Mavericks rebound. Marion outside. Pass to Ellis. Calderon defended by Chalmers. Calderon against Chalmers. Calderon kicks to Ellis. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Here's Wade. And that one hits back iron.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Ellis, the pass to Calderon. Feeds it to Marion. Dishes it to Ellis. Shoots from the high post. Ellis can't get that one to fall either. The Heat trail by 7. The drive by LeBron. Wade gets the bucket.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Now here's Calderon. Calderon gets a screen from D'Alembert. He got right to the cup using that screen. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Now he's gotten his legs underneath him because he's having a heck of a quarter.
Bosh sets the pick for LeBron. Uses the glass to finish the layup. LeBron's got 11 points in the quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Calderon against Chalmers. Outside Carter. Miami grabs the miss. LeBron's got his 3rd rebound tonight. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Good. Now it's just a 3-point Dallas lead.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
Marion a screen on Chalmers. Calderon with it. Wade picks him up. D'Alembert dishes to Calderon. Out to Carter. From deep. That ball's nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. And it's 6 points for Vince Carter. Now here's Chalmers. The 3. Got it to go with no time left on the clock.
You talk about stepping up at a big moment. That is some fortitude, folks.
I should say.
The awareness, the release, everything was just perfect.